about a tobacco take today, guys? And that's what's going on at Noah's house. Hello and welcome back to the bench. It is a weirdly, maybe cool, warm-ish day. It's March 31st. I have no idea what's going on with our weather. We were like 80 degrees the other day. We're down to 30 overnight sometimes. And I hear someday this week it might be down into the 20s. I've got cabbage and stuff planted outside. Come on! It's supposed to warm up. Everything's supposed to go. I haven't put out a tobacco take in a little bit because I've been really gardening heavy. But today I figured, hey, this is a good day to do a tobacco take. I've been getting down with this blend for a little over a month or so. So let's talk about it. Excuse me. First off, this is a blend. I have had this blend. I didn't write the date, but I kind of know when I purchased it. We're going back a year and a half at least. I had it, and I smoked a few bowls and said, bleh. I just didn't like it. There was something about it. It could have been the time of the year. Maybe my palate that time. Maybe I've thought about this too. You know, times where you're thinking, wow, things just aren't tasting good, like in the kitchen. Things you like. Maybe you had a cold. Maybe you were just getting over a cold, or a cold was coming in. You had the flu, something like that. I started thinking about that. You know, because a lot of times they say you catch it, and by the time you're actually not feeling good, it's past the incubation stage and all that. So maybe that was hitting in for a couple days before you were, I don't know, maybe you didn't like how you cooked your eggs that day. That could be the reason. But this blend right here, I did not like it. And I said, put it on the shelf. I was cleaning some stuff around on the shelf a couple months ago probably, like that. I said, oh man, I don't look like I've ever even smoked much of this. I pulled it out and I remembered not liking it. So I said, hey, I'm gonna give it a go. And it turns out it's not so bad. What am I down with today? I'm down with Gawith and Hoggarth's American Blend Whiskey. And like I said, did not like this blend. But in the last month and a half or so, this blend has come around for me, and I quite enjoy it. Oh, another thing with this year with my tobacco takes, I may throw some more in on blends that I don't like. Look at that squeaky chair, boy. I gotta really get my microphone. I gotta get my shit together, man. But I tend to usually stay away from any blends that I didn't care for. I don't want to talk down on anybody's stuff. But I do have good notes when I don't like a blend, why I don't like a blend. It's not that I was like, this is crap quality and it dropped on the floor and it tastes like dog crap. No. I would say, you know what, it has too much of this in it, and it tastes like this, and I don't enjoy this. It bites me real bad. I don't like the aftertaste. And I thought, I might start putting some of those out this year. And if I do put out a blend that somebody out there made, a small box blender, that's a new one for me. A small batch blender, or even the big blending houses. It's nothing against you personally. It's just possibly the blend's not for me. Now this blend, I hearkened after I smoked it for a while. It reminds me of a version of sweet tea from J.M. Boswell's. And if you guys remember back, I'll leave a card. What side are the damn cards coming on? I'll leave a card back to the blend series I did with Mutton Chop Piper. I followed along, and we smoked a Boswell blend. Everybody smoked a Boswell blend every month, and sweet tea was one of them. And I can go back and look at my notes. When I first started smoking it, I said, I don't like this. By the end of the year, I said my favorite Boswell blends, I did an aromatic and I did an English. My English was Northwoods, and my Boswell aromatic was sweet tea. Sweet tea came around. I don't know what it is, but this does remind me a little bit of sweet tea. I'll leave a link to that playlist and that video. Something like that. I should make a sign so I know. But this blend did come around for me. It turns out I kind of enjoy it, and I don't mind having it around. It's a good break from some of the heavy English blends that I smoke. I got my book. Let's see what I had to say. Oh, and side note, I've smoked it more out of my little bent basket pipe than any other pipe. And I've come to find it smokes better out of this pipe than any other of the 20 other pipes that I have. I don't know why. I've smoked it out of other ones where it's good. It's all right. But this pipe with this blend just go together. So this is kind of like my American blend whiskey pipe. And this pipe, I love it. Anybody comment out there? What do you guys think? What is the shape? I've asked before. This is no name. I got it for free. But I really want this shape. I'd like to get another pipe this shape. I like this pipe. Anyway, to the book. American blend whiskey. The tin note was sweet, had candied fruit, candied cherry. No chemical smell in there, which a lot of aromatics do have. It had a typical sweet aromatic smell. The cut is a ribbon. I first started smoking this, writing about it, in February. I was smoking out of my Canadian, which I call it my secondhand pipe because I got it from a secondhand shop. I cleaned it up, and Mr. Tim from Papa Bear's Pipes put a beautiful stem on there for me. Thank you, Tim. I said, you get a sweet hit on the front. I said, makes a big, thick smoke. Very faint whiskey taste. I said, it's keeping a subtle sweetness. It burns great. It's a decent smoke. I said, but watch, it does burn a bit hot. Now I was smoking out of a straight pipe, a Canadian basket pipe. Finally figured out what this blend reminds me of. Sweet tea from Boswell's. I said, this is a very pleasurable smoke. It's sweet, it's tart, it has a good aftertaste. It's simple and understated, which is, like I said, if you're smoking big, heavy Latakia, English blends, this is a nice little taste, little different taste. Now, I don't smoke other than in the evenings. I don't smoke in the mornings. I don't smoke 5 bowls a day. I smoke 1 bowl a day, maybe 4 days a week, 5 days a week, maybe. So this is a good palate cleanser for me. Another day, out of my bent basket pipe, I said, getting just a subtle cherry hint on the char. I said, it's great. I said, it's a beautiful shop blend. Love smoking it down here in the shop. Leaves a nice room note. I said, more of a sour cherry flavor today. I said, all in all, a solid, mildly aromatic blend. I like the mild or aromatic blends. I don't want a ton of topping, casing. I don't care what you're going to call it. I don't want it to pop and crackle like putting a piece of pine on the fire in my bowl. I said, but even with this pipe, it does bite me slightly. I think I was just chugging along too much because I smoked several more bowls, even past my notes. It turns out I get along with it a lot better. I said, oh yeah, no, this is a double right here. I pulled my Peterson system pipe out, which this is a pipe that I basically only smoke aromatics out of. I've had a love-hate relationship with that pipe. I said, haven't pulled this pipe out in a while, so let's see. I said, to be honest, I can't tell a difference with this pipe. I said, this blend still bites me slightly, even out of this pipe. And I said, but side note, I did not like this blend out of this pipe. Now that just goes to show what, like Jay Furman, other people that I do respect in this community, they will tell you that. If you don't like a blend, let it sit on the shelf. At first, if you don't like the blend, try some other pipes. If you smoked it out of a huge, large billiard, smoke it out of maybe a small Lavat. If you were smoking out of straight pipe, didn't like it, try a bent pipe. If it's still something, change your cadence. Change what you were actually drinking with the pipe. Maybe the time of day you had it, after dinner, before dinner, lunch. There are so many different ways that blends work and don't work, and it is kind of crazy. Oh, and from the bench, I was given this 3 matchsticks because, well, this is a great blend. I don't mind having it around. I would like to have a couple ounces. I wouldn't chase it down, but if I started getting low and I was doing an order at Smoking Pipes and I was like, hey, I'm going to throw 2 ounces of that on there, that gets me up to my free shipping level, I probably would do it. But all in all, I would say if you're an aromatic smoker and you're thinking, well, I'm going to start changing them. I'm going to get some vapors. I'm going to get some English blends. And all too truth be told, I'm not a big vapor. I'm not a big Virginia person because they do tend to heat up and bite me a good bit. But I piss around with Virginias, and I've done the microwave trick. I've set them out in the sun. All kinds of things to do. But if you are an aromatic smoker and you're thinking of starting to transition over, this would be a great transitional blend because it's not super thick aromatic. It has a great bowl note, it has a great room note, and I think the subtle cherry flavor, which I just get a tiny bit of whiskey in there, I think they go together really, really good. But also, give Boswell Sweet Tea a try. That's another one. Actually, buy both blends, smoke them side by side for a couple weeks, and you let me know what you think. Well, I want to keep these short. I want to keep them sweet. But all in all, a very good blend. Gawith and Hoggarth. Definitely check them out. And from the bench, I'm Noah. Thanks for stopping by.